Okay, so thank you for going and watching my videos as well as going through my entire portfolio. Those are my assignments, and now I'm just going to do a little bit of a video and kind of try and wrap up everything that I've gone through so far. So the 5 pillars that we've talked about through ESP have been creativity, curiosity, divergence, risk, and failure. And each one kind of has a different meaning to it and a different lesson to be kind of taken out of what we've learned. And at first, when going through these assignments, I kind of just did the work just to get it done, and I wasn't really taking out what I should have been, and which is why going through my portfolio, I really revised my works and made sure that I was actually like taking a lesson out of each weekly assignment that we had. So we talked a lot about in class on how it's important to take a risk and how that risk factor can be a very good indication of how well you're doing on this portfolio. To me, this portfolio is all about the amount of effort you put in and what you're trying to get out. When I went through this portfolio, I wasn't just trying to get a specific grade on this. I was trying to learn something out of it and seeing what I could do and how I could put these assignments together to kind of show who I am. One of the really things that I thought I did that was neat throughout my portfolio was I used my HBDI and I talked about my color and how it's important to me and how it's changed me since I found out about my color. And to be honest, that's kind of something that's been really important to me these last couple weeks, and I've learned a lot through them. My color being green-minded and being a very organized person, so it's really been important. So back to my risk. My risk, I'm gonna tell a story, and basically this story has to do with each of the pillars that we kind of talked about through our class. So I want to talk about this semester and kind of how it's gone so far for me and how it started versus how it's changed. So starting out, I was really interested in joining a social fraternity this year, and one of the things that I was really looking forward to was brushing with 2 of my best friends that I made my first semester here. And so we all rushed Kappa Alpha Order, which was a fraternity here, and we were all hoping to get bids. And actually, 2 of my best friends that were rushing with me ended up both getting bids to that fraternity, and I didn't. But I was told by the brothers to kind of continue to come back and talk to more people, and that I was going to eventually get it. So after 3 days of doing this, I ended up not hearing anything, and I was just truly crushed. So this was my first pillar failure, and for me, these 5 pillars kind of come with overcoming everything and moving on and just learning from those experiences. So obviously I was really hurt, I was really upset, I didn't really know what to do. I was really hoping to join a social fraternity and kind of get that close knit of brotherhood with my friends, and that didn't really happen for me. So my initial reaction is, okay, I'm just gonna try really hard in school. I'm just gonna get really focused on my classwork and stuff like that. And I really did try my hardest after that, and my grades this semester have been really good so far. But I feel like I was still missing something out of my life. I didn't really have the same friends that I had these first few weeks at Miami, my first 2 weeks here, and I was really trying to do something new, which kind of came to risk. So I actually had 2 risks throughout my first semester, or throughout my second semester here at Miami. My first risk was to actually go across the hall and talk to new kids. I've always seen them around, but I never really decided to talk to them, and I know they didn't join a social fraternity as well, so I decided to actually just go knock on their door and see what they were doing. And this kind of led to something really special because my roommate's living in his fraternity house next year. I was really worried about who I was going to room with, and I actually had a conversation with my mom about transferring because I really didn't know what to do, and I was really lost, and I was struggling finding friends, and I just really didn't know what to go. And this kind of comes into the failure, so I decided, you know what, I'm going to give this another shot. I'm going to take another shot at this, and I'm going to try to make more friends. So when I went across the hall, I ended up meeting 2 guys, and I've been hanging out with them for a long time now, these last 4 weeks, and they've actually become my best friends here at Miami. Hang out with them every day. So this risk has been something that's been really beneficial to me, but I think my other risk that I've taken this semester has been even bigger. I've always kind of been interested in rushing a business fraternity, and going back to my failure pillar, I rushed a business fraternity my first semester here, and I did not get a bid, and I was really hurt by that because I was really working hard and I was really excited about the program and stuff. So it was really hard for me not being able to get that bid. And so, coming in, I wasn't really sure if I was going to rush a business fraternity again this semester. So I just decided, you know what, because I didn't get into social fraternity, I'm just going to go in with an open mind, and I'm just going to go all out for this. So I actually rushed 3 business fraternities. I rushed Alpha Kappa Psi, Pi Sigma Epsilon, and Delta Sigma Pi. And I just went in with an open mind just to see how it was and stuff. And instantly, I really became interested in how the brothers were interacting and how close they were, and that close knit brotherhood kind of really rang true to me, and that kind of made me think, oh, I want that. This is kind of what I want. So I really kind of went all to the wall on these business interviews, and going through the recruitment process, I really just went all out for it. So this kind of struck my curiosity. This was a risk to kind of just go out of my comfort zone and go to these info nights, and this kind of leads me into my next pillar of curiosity. What I began to do is I began to talk to a bunch of brothers. I went up to people that I normally wouldn't talk to. I talked to strangers that I never would have, and it just kind of continued to pique my curiosity. I began to continue to ask questions, how the process works, how many people they take, and other things like that, like what other social events they have, how the brotherhood is there, how they heard from it, and this kind of continued to make me more and more interested in what was going on and how this program, all these programs were really run. So this kind of brought me into my creativity pillar then. This kind of goes into my interview process and how I thought I could stand out. So I actually did have some experience going through the recruitment process of Alpha Kappa Psi last semester, and so I knew a little bit of what I had to do and what I needed to do differently. And some of those things specifically was that at our Meet the Chapter events, my first semester rushing, I didn't talk to as many people as I should have, and I really needed to diversify myself and meet as many different types of people as possible. So coming into my Meet the Chapter this event, this time, I really just tried to talk to as many people as I could, make those connections, and make people try to remember me. And that was the most important part of this process to me. So this is kind of where I came into creativity. I'm actually going to talk specifically about one of my interviews and how I thought it was interesting. I'm the type of person who I actually do enjoy talking to people, and I enjoy talking to my friends, having good conversations like that, but I'm not really comfortable 100% yet with talking to different types of people and different people that I haven't met before, specifically strangers. So kind of going into this, I was really trying to be outgoing, and I think the most important part of this was just trying to be myself. So going into this, I was myself on all of these interviews. I was just who I am and how I am, and I think that if my attitude going into it was, if I'm going to be whoever I'm going to be and they like me and they take me, then that's perfect. I'm not going to try to be someone that they want me to be. I'm just going to be myself and just do my thing. So going into my Pi Sigma Epsilon interview, they asked me a lot of tough questions. Like one thing they told me to do was I had to sell a button to a construction worker. So this was kind of really hard for me because it was really on the feet thinking. And my solution actually was to make it into kind of a chin strap for the construction workers' helmets so that it would stay more secure on their head. And this is just kind of something kind of simple, but just kind of going through this entire recruitment process these last 4 weeks, it's been really eye-opening, and it's really made me more comfortable with talking to people that I really normally wouldn't. And I also kind of learned a lot about each business fraternity and the process that works. So yesterday they were actually handing out bids for all of the business fraternities, and this was kind of a really big day for me because I really wanted to become part of this of any of these organizations, really, because I felt connected with all the brothers, and I kind of had flashbacks of what it was like wrestling social fraternity, not getting that bid, as well as first semester not getting a bid, and just kind of feeling that loneliness. But you know what? I came in with an open attitude, and I was open-mindedness, and actually I ended up getting 2 bids from Alpha Kappa Psi and Pi Sigma Epsilon, and this was just really kind of made my first 4 weeks here in Miami, and it really set my tone for the rest of the semester. And it just kind of taught me that everything happens for a reason. I'm a true believer of that. And you know what? I am probably not going to be hanging out with my friends from first semester that rush the social fraternity as much, but I'm going to meet so many new people, and this is just really a big stepping stone for me. And I feel like already in these first 4 weeks, I've grown so much from these experiences, and it's really taught me to always keep your head up and always be hopeful that for the future, and everything's going to end up paying out in the long run, and everything's going to be good. So this is kind of where I go into my divergence. I'm an accounting major right now, but I'm actually really trying to get invested. I just, like 2 hours ago, accepted my bid at Alpha Kappa Psi, so I'm very excited to be a part of this organization. And I actually have a meeting with the president of the fraternity for dinner tonight, and I'm really looking forward to just kind of talking to him and just getting his opinions on stuff. And I really feel that this organization for me is perfect because I feel so accepted. There's so many people that have come up to me just congratulating me, and also like giving me their numbers if I need anything. And this is just kind of what I really think Miami is all about this passion for people, as well as just caring for other people and just being really genuine. And so this has really kind of changed my view on Miami. First semester wasn't the best semester for me, and I was really like kind of struggling to find my niche and stuff. So this semester has kind of really turned around a lot, and I know this is kind of a little bit boring, but this was a big risk for me to kind of talk about, because this is something that's been going on these entire 4 years these entire 4 weeks that I've been in class. So this is something that's really in my heart right now, and this is something that I really was kind of nervous about. And I think that me being able to talk about this is just making me grow as a better person. And I'm really excited to rush this business fraternity. And going through this entire process of writing my portfolio, I learned a lot too. And I know the story is kind of irrelevant to what my portfolio is, but it just kind of shows what I've learned this semester. And I know we haven't talked specifically about, oh, you need to meet new people in ESP, but throughout this class, I've learned about failure, risk, curiosity, creativity, and this kind of all came into play in my recruitment process. And so it was really cool being able to put all these pieces that we've learned in class and kind of put them together. And I learned a lot from this experience. And another thing is I did not write any like script to this, and I'm just kind of freehanding this, but I think this is better because it's really my true emotions, and this is my risk. I am really looking forward to starting this business fraternity, and I'm really looking forward to potentially making new friends that will last a lifetime. And I'm really looking forward to continuing the BQ and using my HBDI. To me, throughout this entire FYIC process so far, I've really been most intrigued by my HBDI color, and that just I don't know why. I've never taken a personality test before, so kind of just going through this entire process has been really eye-opening for me, and it really shows you, okay, this is the type of leader that you are, and this is what you can bring to the table. So kind of going into my FYC group, I'm really looking to try to bring a different dynamic of a more organized person, but someone who's also like willing to reach out for people. And I'm really just going to try to lay it all out in the line this semester and just do whatever it takes to get to know my group better and to be the best teammate that I can possible. So going through this entire portfolio, I've learned a lot through this experience, and kind of putting through the hours, I've learned that it's not about how much time you put in or all the effort you put in. It's kind of different for every person. Every single person throughout our class is going to have a different portfolio, and every single thing that they do is going to be different, and it's just going to find what works for you and what you think represents you and what you've learned in this course so far. So kind of going into this, things have really taken a turn for the better for me throughout this semester. I've really kind of struggled to talk to people. I haven't really had anyone to talk to on campus besides my family, really, going through this first couple weeks and my struggles here. And I didn't really have that person to talk to, but now I feel like I do. And me being able to open up to people and kind of show them what I truly am is really important to me. And I think that this is a big step in my life, being able to talk about my struggles and talk about what I've gone through and just kind of talk about what I've learned from it and the experiences I've learned. And so I'm really looking forward to the rest of the semester here, being able to work my FYIC group as well as continuing to work on this portfolio. And, I'm really thankful to be able to given the opportunity to get a bid to a business fraternity. And I'm really just going to go in with an open mind and see all that I can contribute to this business fraternity and all that I can provide. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed my website and my portfolio. And I look forward to continuing to talk in class. Another little thing that I'm going to talk about is I haven't really been participating in class as much as I really am. So look for me in the next couple weeks to really try to put myself out there and talk to different people I would normally talk to and just to volunteer. But thank you so much, and I really hope you enjoyed my portfolio.